Game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. Hustle man. Game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. The game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. Got me trained, they call me the hustle man. Game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. The game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. They call me the hustle man. They call me the hustle man.
Game got me trained, I'm the hustle man.
Game got me trained.
Game got me trained, I'm the hustle man.
Game got me trained, they call me the hustle man.
Call me Young Joe, cause I got rubber band banks. The hustle man show gon' make you knuckleheads think. Y'all niggas quit, but hustle man can't. Y'all niggas broke, but hustle man ain't. Cause I'm a go-getter, go-getter.
Game got me trained, they call me the hustle man.
We are here today on the Hustle Man Show with my favorite uncle, Uncle Charlamagne.
Hustle, what's up, brother?
What's
you
good,
I told
man?
you I got you, man.
Man, listen, man, that's that love, man. Everybody been hitting me up, man. Everybody's so excited. They will be tuning in.
Word.
You always have big turnouts to all your book signings, man. How does it feel to get this much love?
Man, it's humbling. I know that's a cliche thing to say, but it is very humbling for me because I'm a brother from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, raised on the dirt road. I don't got no college degree. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why people fuck with me the way that they do.
Right.
But I appreciate it, and you know, it's just I don't know. That's funny when you ask me that. Like I really do be thinking about shit like that. I'm like, yo, why do these people fuck with me the way that they do? Like,
For real.
You know what I mean? And I just try to just always give out good energy, treat people the way that I want to be treated, you know, and I guess it gets reciprocated.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, of course, your book is about anxiety, and you have Dr. Ish giving the professional diagnosis after your chapters. What makes you so vulnerable to tell a lot of things about yourself, like the deep personal things with your wife and growing up with your family? Do they ever feel anxious when you start telling these stories?
I'm sure that they do, but that's been me my whole life. Like the easiest thing to do is be me.
Right.
You know, I don't have no problem sharing my experiences. Like I've been doing that my whole 20 years on the radio, so why would I stop now? And plus, man, for me, it'll eat me up. Like if I'm sitting around and there's something on my mind that I really want to talk about, but I'm trying to like deflect and talk about everything else, that's fronting. And it's whack, and it kind of like feels like it's holding me back. So I got to get this out so I can move on to the next thing. You know what I mean? I got to get this out of my mind. Whatever feelings I'm feeling, or you know, it's like a purge. I got to get this out so I can move on to the next thing.
Now you talk about people with anxiety and some advice. You giving advice to them, but could you please give me some advice on how to deal with somebody who has intense anxiety? All that stuff.
Encourage them to go get help, man. Like, you know, I got friends that got way worse anxiety than me. I'm talking about that paralyzing anxiety to where they're not even gonna leave the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they scared to death. So, you know, in most cases like that, they go to therapy, then the therapist puts them on some type of medication, prescribes them medication. So I would just encourage them to go get help. You know, I don't have the kind of crippling anxiety that just keeps me from doing things, you know what I mean? But I do have the kind of anxiety that could cause me some potential health problems, you know what I mean? Like just to stress, like you can stress yourself to death, you know what I mean? So it's just like, for me, I decided to start going to anxiety to get a handle on mine, but some people need something a little more stronger than that, so I wouldn't take them out and pass them the bottle of liquor. I definitely wouldn't roll up the weed for them. I would tell them like, look, man, maybe you need to go sit down and talk to a therapist and let a therapist take it from there. That's the whole point of this book. The whole point of this book is things got so overwhelming for me, you know, for things that was happening in my life, that I decided to sit down and start kicking it with a therapist, man, and it's done wonders for me.
That's dope. That's dope. Now, this is a weird coincidence that we have in common. I found out we had a lot of things in common, but at one point I was locked up with my daddy too.
For real?
At the same time, man. But dealing with my daddy was like Ike Turner, Joe Jackson type ordeals going on, and I felt like he helped me be strong. In his abuse and his craziness made me stronger for the things that I was gonna come to face later in life. Do you ever feel like, because you mentioned your pops a lot, Do you ever feel like dealing with him and dealing with other things made you stronger for future?
Yeah, I mean, I love my pops. My pops was a good man. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't the best husband. You know what I mean? My pops was a good father for at least me and my older sister. Like, he raised us, you know, for the most part the right way. You know, I just didn't like a lot of things that he did as a man, you know? So for me, it's like I look at certain things that he did, mistakes that I think that he made, and I don't want to repeat that. You know, like little things. Like, it could be something as being faithful to your woman. You know what I mean? I'm married. You know, I don't want to mess up the household in any way, shape, or form. You know, like I feel like when I watched my father and mom get a divorce, I don't think it had the best impact on my younger brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? And I didn't like it either, to be honest with you. It's just something that I suppressed and kept it moving because I was a little older back then. But it's like little things like that. Like, I just, you know, smart people learn from their own mistakes, wise people learn from the mistakes of others. The things that I see that, you know, I didn't agree with, I try not to do now as an adult.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Do you think people are making up that they have PTSD and anxiety because it's the popular thing to do now, or do we all just suffer from it in our own way?
Nah, man. If you black in America and you grew up in the hood, you definitely suffer from some form of PTSD. And I don't think people are making it up. I just think people are not afraid to talk about it anymore because it's people speaking up about it. And it's like, yo, these are normal things. Like, anxiety is a normal thing for a lot of people. PTSD is a normal thing for a lot of people. Think about all the bullshit we've normalized in our hood growing up. Like, I'm talking about shootouts, getting guns pulled on you, robbing people, getting robbed, getting beat up, getting jumped, fights, like all of that stuff that we've normalized. We just think that come on, man, we used to go to the club. I'm from South Carolina. We go to the club and you expect to fight. You know what I'm saying? You expect the shootout. Like, that's not, we going to party. Like, that shouldn't be normalized. Like, you shouldn't be getting dressed and throwing your gun on. You know what I mean? And think about how long it took for us to realize, man, if I gotta bring my gun somewhere, then maybe I shouldn't be going to that place.
Right.
You know what I mean? So think about how long it took for us to unlearn that bullshit behavior. So it's like, I just think we normalize so much BS in the hood, and now we're a lot of us aren't in those situations no more. We step back and looking from the outside in, and we like, yo, we was tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a trend at all. I just think people are comfortable talking about it now.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, but I want to say I'm from South Georgia, Valdosta, Georgia. Only thing we known for is Lamont Sanford. He's from my hometown, and we're the most winningest team, high school football team in the nation, Tyler Town. So we got those things on lock, but no jobs, not a lot of opportunities or whatever. I stay up here now because I wanted more opportunities. The survivor's remorse that you spoke about in the book. How do you get to the point, because these people may have done something for you in life or been an influence, and you feel like you want to do something for them, but how do you tell them no?
Well, listen, I pay it forward by just what I do in my community. You know what I'm saying? I try to do a lot of things for my community. I do turkey drives every year, book bag giveaways every year. I do things that people don't see that I don't even need to talk about on camera, because I really do it from the heart. You know, I got land that I've bought in South Carolina, you know what I mean? Businesses that I plan to open that I'm not even going to put my name on. But when those businesses open, I'm going to be hiring people from my community to work in those businesses. They're not going to know it's me behind it, you know what I mean? But that's the type of things that I'm going to do. You just got to pay it forward in that way. And, like, the individuals who have helped you along your journey, you know who those people are. Like, you know who those people are. The people who've helped you along your journey, they know who they are. They know when they can reach out to you, you know what I mean? My thing is, you know, if you can't be used, you're useless. Just don't misuse me. You know what I mean? Don't call me up because you want to buy a new goddamn, you know, Escalade. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with that. But if you in the hospital, you know, God forbid a funeral, something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you can reach out to me. If you about to lose your house, you know, something like that. But don't be just reaching out to me just because you want to go on vacation. You know what I mean? Like, nah.
Well, in closing, if somebody haven't read your book and you wanted to get somebody who probably don't read that much, what's the biggest tool they will find in that book in your eyes? Something to bring them in?
Listen, a lot. I mean, it's a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that we got to get to the point where we're not afraid to be vulnerable anymore, because you can't heal what you don't reveal. So if you're dealing with any of these issues, anxiety, PTSD, trauma, You know, don't be afraid to talk about it. You know, don't be afraid to get help. We watch what we put in our bodies. You know, everybody's on this whole gluten-free kick and vegan and all of this other stuff. You watch what you put in your body, so why wouldn't you watch what you put in your brain? So I would tell anybody, if you don't want to read, go get the audiobook and listen to what me and Dr. Ish got to say.
Right. Well, I appreciate you.
Hustle, man. Thank you, brother.
Out, man.
Appreciate you, man.
I got a gift bag for you. Last time I seen you, you had your eye on that right there, so I put one of them up, some good stuff. Appreciate you, man. Some baby girls in there too.
Hustle, appreciate you,
That's up, man. All right. Yeah.
Game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. Hustle man. Game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. The game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. Got me trained, they call me the hustle man. Game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. The game got me trained, they call me the hustle man. They call me the hustle man. They call me the hustle man.